What's going on, beautiful people? It is I, your flying locomotive, and faster than a speeding bullet Supercliff, coming at you live with a brand new video. And for today's majestic and fantastic video, we are back at it with some more Marvel machinations. For I'm talking about AlEwing's Immortal Thor, issue number 8. But before we dive back into the halls of Asgard, or more specifically the realm of Gaia, if you are new to the channel, then smash that like and subscribe button. That way you guys never miss out on anything that happens on this majestic channel. So what are you waiting for? Let's raise the bar and go full on Super Saiyan. Hit that subscribe button. Thus, without further ado, let's get Shakespearean with Immortal Thor, issue number 8. Alrighty folks, so our story picks up with Thor, somewhere in Norway, shown to be heading for a dark and mysterious cave. Now, for this cave is seemingly where Gaia, Thor's blood mother, resides on Earth. Now remember, Thor's objective right now is to confront Gaia about her involvement in Tantaros's appearance/attack on Earth, and why she was willing to unseal the gates that separated Utgard from all the other realms. So yeah, like, what's the deal, Mom? Why are you being so difficult? Eventually Gaia is found, and boy oh boy, does she look like a freaky looking swamp thing. Now Gaia, we see her toying with Thor, basically saying, how dare you presume that what I want is just destruction and to be a mere antagonist. For there are things you are not so privy to, my son. And with that, Gaia provides Thor with some goddamn Marvel history. She goes on about how the elders battled the endlessly, monstrosities of myth who cared only for things they could possess and not so much for the well-being of the earth. However, because of the constant strife, the Earth was put into danger, and so for Gaia, this just couldn't stand in any way, shape, or form. Alas, during the original God War, Gaia made a deal with the Demiurge. Given she has a vision of how the Earth should be, she wants the power of creation in order to rebuild the Earth in her own image, to save the Earth from itself, and thus the Demiurge accepts and grants Gaia the power. She gives birth to a son, named Adam, the god of the actual sun, and thus he burns away all the corruption. And once that's done, she gives birth to Thor. And Thor was meant to be the one to hold back the tide, to hold back the planet from sliding back into a place full of corruption. Therefore, when Thor asks, why Gaia decided to unlock the pathway to the Utgard realm, she did so because she was tired. She has given the Earth so many chances to, get their shit together. And seeing Thor wasn't helpful, she's basically saying, fuck it, let's just destroy it and rebuild it, like a Lego set. Because in Gaia's mind, by killing the people of Earth, it means she's saving the people of Earth. Now, given Thor did in fact defeat Tantaros, for the time being, it's brought the Earth some time. Therefore, if Thor wants to buy back his mother's favor, he'll have to stop the forces harming planet Earth. And one of those forces being, of course, the company known as Roxxon, which is currently being run by the CEO, Dario Agger, aka the Minotaur. And alas, we see Thor showing up at Roxxon's front door, entering the office building, while at the same time his body is conducting loads of electricity. Because at the end of the day, people, that's what the GodofThunder does, conducts electricity. And that, folks, was the end of the Immortal Thor, issue number 8. And thank you guys for checking out my video, as it truly, truly means the world to me. Okay, so right off the bat, this issue was definitely better than the last 2 issues. Now for me, this is where comics can be stupid. I think the whole idea of Gaia being Thor's actual mother is really dumb. Again, it's one of those comic machinations where I'm left thinking, was that really necessary? However, looking past that, the story, in my opinion, flowed so much better than the last 2 issues. The pacing was definitely better. In this issue, we knew exactly what Thor was trying to do. We knew his objective, and now we know why Gaia is doing what she's doing. In order to preserve the Earth, one must kill the people in order to recreate. Now, obviously, that's an evil thing to do, but Gaia, despite promoting genocide, kind of has a point. People suck. It's that simple. Now, in terms of Thor and Minotaur, along with characters such as Executioner and the Enchantress, having their roles now come head to head is exciting. It's almost like, good, okay then, now we're cooking. Now the story is starting to move along. I will say in terms of dialogue, it can still be somewhat tedious when you're reading the book. For me, I love The Hobbit, I love the Lord of the Rings books, but holy shit, Tolkien. Sometimes reading those books can be a challenge in terms of, how they were written. And it's the same for the series. And though I respect the attempt and the nod to past Thor books, AlEwing's writing, he's been doing this since issue 1, so I don't expect it to get easier. I don't expect change or like sort of like an adapting, like, okay, like this is working, let me just kind of stay on this level. Like I expect him to go up and down when it comes to that. But I will say, looking at issues 1 through 8 as a whole, I can confidently say that this series isn't as good as the ImmortalHulk or even DonnyCates' Thor. I don't know if Immortal Thor is for everyone. Because of the writing, it can feel convoluted, especially when Ewing is focusing on like the cosmic stuff and the elder gods and all the various different names and monikers that these characters have because they're gods and they live forever, and so they have multiple identities. It's not impossible to understand, but if you want to be sure, you may need to, reread the comic a few times in order to be educated and understand like what's happening, the rules, if you will, of the Marvel Universe in terms of gods. Overall, I'm going to continue to read the series, but I wouldn't be surprised if later on I drop the book down the road. But hey, who knows? Maybe the next issue, the next story arc is phenomenal and it changes my life forever. You never know, folks. You never know. So yeah, as always, I'm your majestic sayer of words, Supercliff. And if you guys are new to the channel, then do me a solid by smashing that like and subscribe button and also the notification bell so that you'll never miss out on an upload. And so that you'll always be kept up to date with your favorite top tier comics happening in the comic book world. Now tell me, what are your thoughts and opinions on this issue? Are you guys excited for issue number 9? Let me know down in the comment section below. And until the next video, peace. Giggity goo.